Imagine a global conflict that reshapes borders and lives, leaving behind a profound human tragedy and a complex financial legacy. What happens when individuals, caught in the throes of such devastation, leave behind their assets, inaccessible and unclaimed? Swiss banks handled dormant Holocaust victim accounts by maintaining strict banking secrecy laws, which, combined with the destruction of records and the extermination of families, made it extremely difficult for heirs to trace and reclaim these assets for decades after the war. The core mechanism that complicated this process was Switzerland's long-standing tradition of banking secrecy. This legal framework, designed to protect client privacy, inadvertently shielded these accounts from scrutiny even when the account holders were victims of genocide. Additionally, the fragmented nature of wartime record-keeping and the deliberate destruction of Jewish communities meant that many victims had no surviving family members or documentation to prove their claims. Addressing this immense challenge required decades of international pressure and investigative efforts. Key steps involved establishing independent commissions, such as the Volcker Committee, to audit bank records and identifying accounts that had been inactive since the war. Furthermore, new laws were enacted to compel banks to disclose information, overturning some of the traditional secrecy provisions for these specific cases. An important term to understand here is heirless property. This refers to assets belonging to individuals who perished without known or surviving heirs, a tragically common outcome of the Holocaust. Specialized funds, like the Holocaust Victim Asset Litigation Fund, were later created to distribute these unclaimed assets to survivors and humanitarian organizations, ensuring that some measure of justice could be achieved. Ultimately, the complex management of these accounts underscores the profound ethical dilemmas faced by neutral nations during wartime and highlights the critical need for transparency and accountability, particularly when dealing with the assets of vulnerable populations affected by large-scale atrocities.
If history fascinates you, like, subscribe, and explore more with us.